Welcome everyone. Today we'll be trading using support and resistance and the CCI. Well, let's go ahead and show you how to draw support and the resistance. Well, first of what we're going to do here, we're going to get this as small as possible where we can still see some of the bars, the bullish and the bearish candles. So then this is small enough. So then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go to the graphical tool. I'm going to draw a line. And I'm going to draw the support line. Alright, so you want to touch in at least 3 points. Okay, so that's it. Alright, so that's it. Let's get this a little bit better. That's it. I'm just going to change the color to green, suggesting that it's a support line. I'm going to draw a line of resistance now. Back to the graphical tool. Resistance. This kind of resistance, so just going to let this remain as blue. Alright, let's go ahead now. Make this back up a little bit bigger. Now what we're going to do, we're going to start looking at the trades. I'm just going to change my candlesticks time here to 5 seconds because I'll be trading in on the 1 minute time frame. So just go back here. So alright then. As you can see here, it's touching more than 1 point. So yeah, likewise with this. So this is my support and this is my resistance. Currently it has gone past the resistance, so therefore now it's now forming new highs. So then now let's wait for it to come back down. Currently my CCI is saying that this pair is being oversold, and it's been oversold big time. Also, just another trick here that we can apply, we could put a line here just to have an idea of how low it has been going. This is like a benchmark, so that that will give us a signal as to when we might be having a change. As you can see, it hit here and went up, and it almost hit here, and now it's going back up. It's coming back down a little bit. So now the market is in a bullish state and a bearish state rather. Sorry about that. And so therefore, what I usually suggest is that we look for opportunities to sell rather than to buy. But on the 1 minute time frame, time is running out. I won't be taking a trade here. So let me just let that run along. Alright then. Now it's now hitting the resistance, and it's going back down a little bit, but based on that candlestick, it's looking like it's about to head back in a bullish state. And yes, it's in a bullish state. So what I'll be doing now, I'll be looking for an opportunity to buy. So therefore now I'm going to wait a little bit. Yes, I'm going to wait, and I'm going to try and wait. Yes, when it comes down. Yes, when it comes down, then I'm going to buy at the line. I'm going to place my trade with about 10 seconds to go or so. So let's go ahead. Place my trade there. Well, enter the trade a little bit later than I wanted. So that messed me up a little bit. So let's see. So market is struggling, as you can see. It's struggling to go into the overbought. Well, it's going to head back down because it's as you can see, it's now the market is a little bit volatile. So that's another thing. Whenever you're trading, if the market is too volatile, then I suggest to find another pair, because whenever the market is volatile, it's very hard to scalp. So you have to be even more patient then in order to reap success. And as you can see here, this is a bad trade, because I entered the trade at the wrong point. I entered the trade too late. I should have entered the trade from this phase here. So hence the reason why I lost that trade. Now on to looking for other setups. As you can see, it's darting around. This is saying to me that the market is very volatile. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be sitting here waiting. I'm going to be trading these lines, because the market is so volatile. I'll be sitting here waiting until when it touches the lines and wait for it to bounce back up. So what this is doing now, this look at the market is in a very bearish state. I am, as you can see, it's heading down. So this here now, this here was a line. Let us just drop a horizontal line here. You can see this is a point when it went up, another point when it went up. So let's put it there. It has gone past that support, and so therefore it's going lower. So it's going lower. So what that says is I just have to look for options to sell rather than to buy. It's very hard to buy and win in this sort of market. Well, unless you're not applying and doing it in maybe the 2 or 5 minute time frame. So therefore you can go up here and change the time frame. You can change it from 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. If you want to do it until the end of the day, if you want it to the end of the week, the end of the month, you can set it however you want. And this is the profit margin. So as you can see, I'm doing it in 1 minute, and so this is the profit margin. So I'm here looking for opportunities to enter the market. It has been currently saying this fear is being oversold, and when it's being oversold, then that means you should look out for it to come down, to come crashing. So right now it's on its way back up after a terrible fall. So therefore I'm just going to wait on those lines. I'm not going to. I'm just going to wait. I'm trying to be very patient here. Let's see what's happening now. So now it's touching the support line. The support line now seems to be a line of resistance. So therefore this here now seems to be a line of resistance. So therefore it's going down. So this is saying it's being oversold. So therefore it should be coming up back a little bit at some point. So let's see, and there's wicks are showing that it's resisting lower price. So let's go ahead and put a buy in. Alright, then let's see how this turns out. Well, this has gone lower than my entry. Another thing is also, if you're sure of your entry, if it ends up lower, then you can always put in another one, just because you're certain that, hey, it's going to end up above my entry. And so therefore, as you can see, it's just like it fluctuates, so it goes down below your entry, and so therefore you can just tap in another one there, just to capitalize on the entry if you're certain that your entry is a perfect entry and you know that it's going to end in favor of your prediction. So let's see what happens here. It's dancing about a little bit. Let's keep our fingers crossed, and we've made $172. So that's nice. Let's go ahead and look again for another setup. As I can say, this line, my green line, signifies my line of support, but now this line now seems to be a line of resistance. So let's watch and see. Currently, according to CCI, it's not yet being totally oversold or overbought. It's right in the middle, and so right now it's approaching the over. Well, it changes again, so let's be patient. It's now being oversold, so that means that we can look for an opportunity to buy. So let's look on the candlesticks, and then we're looking at, well, based on these patterns, it's not a good point to enter. So let's see. So this is a good candle. So let's see. A good candle. So we can enter here again, and yes, can enter based on the candlesticks patterns. It was a good point to enter, but as I can say, this market appears to be a little bit volatile, so let's hope it works out for us, because we entered the trade when, as you can see, we entered the trade but it was being oversold, and so we entered the trade with a buy entry, because that's what the CCI does. It tells you whenever the pair or the commodity is being oversold or overbought, and so therefore what you try to do is, once it has gone past a certain, if it's on the oversold side, then you tend to take depending on the state of the market, you tend to take a buy trade. Whenever you're drawing your lines, please ensure that they touch at least 3 points minimum. So this one is just touching. So this was alright. So let's draw a new line of resistance here. I'm just going to catch it from here. So as you can see, let's just fix it up a little bit. This is cut into a whole heap of lines, eh? So this is going through this, and it's also going to this one here, the previous high. So let's see what's happening here now. Let's set our time a minute. Alright, let's see if we'll get some favorable trades. So other times what you can do, if it's not moving, if the pattern you're getting here on the 5 minute second candlestick doesn't look very, it's not showing you a clear trend, then you can always move to a higher time frame candlestick, that is. As you can see, I moved it to 10 seconds, everything a little bit more obvious now. 15 seconds, so you can move it to a minute if you want, or 30 seconds. It depends on your preference. You know what I mean? It's so you put it wherever you want, and then you can trade it at, well, according to the 1 minute candlestick, it's about to hit the support, so therefore that means it should be going back up. But we're having a hanging man being formed here, so this is suggesting that it's resisting higher price, but it's a bullish hanging man, so price should be heading back up as soon as it hits the line of support. So I'm going to switch back to my 5 second time frame, and it's now being over spot, so therefore it should be taking a nosedive at some point here. So currently this is already taking a nosedive, so let's see. We're not going to enter the trade here. Let's wait and see. As I said, trading is about being patient, and you have to be patient, because as I said, patience and the time at which you enter your trade is very important. It's now appearing as if the market is in a bullish state, so as you can see with this candlestick, and but it's now just bordering on the line of being overbought rather. The green line means overbought and the red line means oversold. So let's wait and see here. Really and truly, we're between the channels now, but really and truly, the ideal thing is to wait until it comes back down to this line, or wait until it goes up to this line before you make an entry. But whenever you're scalping, you can do it in between. But your guideline that you'd use is this here. So it uses to gauge your entries and also the candlestick patterns. I have a video that I did before on candlestick patterns. You can check that out on my channel as well as some up. As you can see, folks, in this trade, I entered this trade when it was below here because it was being oversold. And so therefore, what the CCI tells you is that if the pair or the commodity is being oversold, then that means that the price is going to go up sooner rather than later. So therefore, based on your knowledge of candlesticks patterns and the pressure and shock strategy, then you should be looking out for the trade to buy, and that's what I did just now, and hence I placed the buy, and then ended up here and we ended up winning. So that was another good entry. Mind you, whenever trading, you have to be patient and you have to study the graphs. You have to, because no 2 days are the same. So therefore, you have to be mindful of what's taking place. You have to be mindful. So you can't. So it has gone through my support, but I want to place the sell trade here, but I'm waiting until it gets back above the line of support. I don't know. So as soon as this goes up, then I'm going to look for a sell. But I'm also watching the time. But I seem to trying to use the pressure and shock. This pressure is down, downward shock. The pressure is up, downward shock. So again with the shock. Let's go with the shock here. Let's go. We're getting a little bit upward pressure and downward shock. So you go in the direction of the shock, and so that should hold out. So let's see how this fares. It's very tight because I said the market is very volatile, and hence the reason why I say I entered this with about 10 seconds left on the clock. As I said, so it's a bit marginal. So it's a fingers crossed situation. I'm hoping that your trade go the way you want it to go, and it does this time around, thankfully. So the pressure and shock helps you out some of the times. The reason why I was looking for a sell here is because it's now below my support, so therefore it's now going back down and it's going to be forming lower highs. So therefore now this is going to become a line of resistance, so therefore you have to be mindful of that, and so hence the reason why I was looking for a sell trade. So I entered that trade just now because of what the CCI was saying. This pair was being oversold, and so therefore based on the history it should be going back up. So I entered the trade based on the CCI just now rather than the support and resistance that I drew, because currently it's operating outside of it. So I don't really have one per se. What I could do, I am going to draw new support and resistance here. So you click on your graphical tool lines, and so therefore I'm touching. So this is my new support. So I'm touching 3 points. Yep. Ideally, some of the times, depending on what you're trading, whether you're trading forex or options. Currently, I'm trading options. Then your time frame would vary on what you're doing. Forex is for a longer period, so therefore you trade forex for a longer period. So forex would be over a day or two, or a couple hours. So it's not like options here where we just come in and go so boops and it's done within 5, 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, or maybe by the end of the day. Mind the option gives you the option of running of entering a trade. It depends. Entering a trade for the end of the day or for an hour, it's up to you. So as you can see, it just broke through my line of support here. Now it's gone back up. So this looks like it's about to form a slight bullish run. Mind you, the setting on my CCI for this session, training session, is using the 14 period, the overbought 100%. So you can change this to 20 if you want to. You can change this to 7. You could change it to 10 for a shorter period. That gives you a more recent look at how the state of the market is. But it depends. You can change this number, see what works for you best. There are many pairs out there. If you don't see the setup that you're looking for in a particular pair, then you can always switch over to another pair. I mean, it's you go here and you can choose whichever pair you want to trade. As I said, the returns are there. 1 minute time frame, you get 85% of what you invest, and 5 minute time frame, you get 83% of whatever you invest. So these ones that don't have any, well, they'll tell you. So this isn't offering anything in 1 minute. This is offering you something in 5 minutes time frame, 5 minutes plus. So you could do that one as well. But as I said, if you don't find it in one pair, you can always find it in another. Here are the forex options. You can come over to the forex options and you can check them out as well. So you can do the crypto, but these are usually longer term trades. The commodities are there as well. You can come over and you can do those as well. The ETFs are there as well. These are longer term trades. So what you do, you can come over and you do your analysis over the weekend or some are overnight, and you put in your support and your resistance and you apply your different indicators. What we have just wrapped up is how you use support and resistance when trading options on the IQ option trading platform. So we went through a couple of entries, went through a couple of strategies. I hope you got something from this, and looking forward to doing a number of other videos on how you apply certain indicators in the IQ option platform. Thank you very much this evening again for your time, and check out my other videos. Also, there are some links below this video that you can check out as well. Mind you, some of those links are affiliate links, so if you should click on them and decide to